So to make a quick synth in Patchworld, you can press your menu button on the right side of the controller. I think you can do it on the left side too, just with the 3 lines there. Hit that, and then you go to the bottom right with this pencil here, and that'll bring up your devices menu and everything that you can spawn into Patch. So here we could like change the background if we wanted. But anyway, we want to build a synthesizer quick. So if we go to blocks, we'll find everything that we need to make audio devices and synths. But we can actually just search for what we need. So we need an oscillator first and foremost. And then we'll get ourselves a multiply to multiply our signal here. And actually, if you press your bottom button on your controller over an item, see how I just deleted that? If you hit the left and the right on your joystick, you can actually undo an action. So if I cut that, I can undo that quick. And then I can also copy and paste that. So I'm going to put 2 of these in a line, and I'm also going to spawn in a speaker. And I'm going to spawn in a slider. And I'm also going to spawn in an envelope. And that'll spawn in all those. I'm going to attach the slider right on the end here, and this is going to control the volume of the synth. And the envelope is going to control the length and decay of the notes being played. But you have to make sure that your attack is wired into your decay. So when the attack ends after 0.1 seconds, it will send a signal to the decay, and the decay will run for 0.4 seconds before the note stops. So now we need a keyboard. Let's spawn in a keyboard. Oh, there's quite a lot there. And then we also need a Midi to Jolt, frequency Jolt. So you'll see here in the keyboard how the notes are blue. This is set in the global scale, so I can set the scale to different scales, and then the keyboard will play accordingly. I like to have all of the notes on the scale, and then what you do here is you attach into the Midi and then straight through, and now that's going to change the tune of the oscillator. And I'm also going to take this into the envelope, so it's going to activate the envelope so the note actually plays. And like I said, this is the volume. And then on the keyboard on the left side, you'll find there's an octave. You can change the octave. You'll notice the notes will change there. I usually just keep it in the scale of C, or starting at C, I should say. And that's how you build a basic synthesizer. And for a CS type synthesizer, you'd probably want a saw wave. So if you put your wand and you stick it into an oscillator and you hit the trigger, and you actually move around, you can see that it'll change the waveform of the oscillator. So there's a square, there's a saw, and then it's a little tricky, there's a sine, and then there's a triangle as well in there. Yeah, there's the triangle. But we want a saw for a CS type. So you'd want to layer this up and add some effects. Here I have an effects chain for another synth. But I hope this helps you out. One thing I forgot to note is on the bottom button of your controller on either side, if you hit it and you hold and you drag down, you can show hidden, and that'll show you can hide devices. I don't have anything hidden, so it's not really the best example, but you can also inspect things and it'll tell you the names of things. But if you go to show hidden and you hit the right palm trigger, whatever you want to call that, you'll see a little bubble show up, a little select, and then you can hover over everything. And now if you hit the bottom button, selection, you can make a group, and now this will be a group, and now it's all together, and now you can change the size. And then you can also, this group, now if you inspect, It can be a little tricky. And you go to the bottom, turn into device. If you hit that, you can do a custom name, and then if you pull up your menu here, you'll find it under your devices.